Sometimes in Nevermind, creditor JGMADs started with the construction consideration of the quoted price of more or less $6 million. Because of the urgency of the said project, which was to prevent penalty, JGMADs proceeded with the project construction even if the billing payment or down payment was not yet paid by the private respondent at the said project but already initiated by project manager with the help JGMADs. However, private respondent terminated the said contract of JGMADs, and the employment of the project manager was terminated, also due to one of their people contacted the client for not paying the said project. By that time, 95% was finished, which was worth 3,838,000 pesos as computed by JGMADs. The creditor made repeated demands for the payment of what it has completed, but the private respondent ignored said demands. After how many months of making demands for payment which, as aforesaid, were simply ignored by the private respondent, the creditor decided to bring the matter to Dole or NL or C. The issues were limited to whether or not creditor had done works for the private respondent and whether or not the same was authorized. In order to prove that creditor rendered services to private respondent, creditor presented by project manager who testified that indeed building was constructed for private respondent in accordance with contracts signed by JGMADs and private respondent. After the repeated failure of the private respondent to pay incomplete the said billing payment asking by the said creditor, wherein it is found that for the services rendered should be paid based upon a quantum merit and civil code book for chapter to whether there is an absence of the said written contract between the parties. Said amount is the latest evaluation of the work done, which evaluation was made by private respondent itself, represented by project manager or subcom employee. The creditor is asking for the private evaluator accredited by the Republic of Philippines for final evaluation. Likewise, the creditor asking the private respondent to pay attorney's fees since there is reason to believe that private respondent acted in bad faith in refusing to comply with the repeated demands of creditor to complete the billing payment for how many months of waiting. On appeal should have referred the computation of what should be paid to creditor rendered services